Oh boy, we are back to Star Wars celebrations, and nothing's changing. I keep telling everybody there's no hope for Disney, despite like this weird narrative that's going on that woke is dead, DEI is gone. Okay, so there was an election, and then all these corporations kind of panicked because they are all in on anti-Donald Trump, anti-white male, pro-LGBTQ agenda, pro-feminism. And they're still all in on that. All these people have not changed. Nobody's been fired. Nobody's done anything different. We just have been coming out with Doctor Who. It's the same slop. We've seen that the guy who's the actor of Andor, actually just ahead of this, starts making jokes that the conservatives and the like wouldn't be Force users because they wouldn't be heroic. I mean, it's just like these are all the same people in the exact same spots. We got Pedro Pascal in every freaking movie promoting the trans agenda and the like, and we've got Kathleen Kennedy still pushing her Force's female nonsense. Now, just because the Acolyte didn't sell, that one's canceled. Ahsoka's still coming back. It's going to be the same people doing the same thing over and over and over again. Wynant's in space. She's not going anywhere. So this is the takeaway from Star Wars Celebrations: is it's the same thing again and again. These are crazy people, you got to remember, and that is the definition of insanity: doing the same thing over and over again, despite getting the same results and not getting the results you want. And that's exactly what we're going to see from Disney going forward, because it's just more slop set in the same Kathleen Kennedy universe that really is just a bastardization of Star Wars. And that's why we need alternatives at this point, my friends. So please hit the like and subscribe button as we talk about all things in Star Wars and, of course, science fiction. I have a great alternative right here. This is a trilogy of just pure action-packed fun. It is called Justified Saga of the Nano Templar, and it follows one of the Templars in space crusading as he goes out and tries to purge the galaxy of some evil that has taken over and bring back the glory of his people once again. So this is exactly what Star Wars could have been if they did things right, if they cared about the universe whatsoever. I made my own sort of twist on it. Obviously, crusading's a little different than their Eastern hokey religion of the Jedis. I just did it right with a awesome crusading religion in space instead. A lot of fun. You can see it's very highly reviewed. And I did a full trilogy for you. It's all available on ebook, print, and audio to make it easy for you. Read today, guys. This is a great spot to start. Support alternatives. Support our channel. It's only $4.99. And thank you guys so much. That'll be in the description below. All right. So Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy, who's 71 now, announces she has no plans to leave Lucasfilm anytime soon, despite all these rumors that were going on at the beginning of the year saying she's retiring. There are always these rumors. They've done this over and over and over again. They always say these people are out. I've heard Alex Kurtzman's out at Star Trek, and we're waiting on that. At least with that, there's a company shakeup going on over at Paramount where Skydance is buying things, and they're not happy with what they've done with the Star Trek brand. Disney doesn't care though. You got to remember, these are the people that fired Gina Carano because she just posted a pretty innocuous Instagram post, all because she was a conservative, and it was very obvious, right? And so this is people who are all in on this woke agenda, and they care more about this than they care about profits. Disney doesn't care about making profits. We know this. So she said this and told Collider, "I'm not retired. I'm not going anywhere." Setting back all those rumors that have been going out over at the time. And they said, after years of speculation, polite urging from observers, Kathleen Kennedy has informed Disney as well as friends that she will exit Lucasfilm by the end of the year, per 3 sources. So she said that's completely debunked at this point. I wish it was the case. Everybody, it drives me crazy because when you report this stuff, I did the same thing, because they said, oh, Doctor Who's canceled about the same time. And of course, Doctor Who has not been canceled yet. It's likely going to get canceled, and I'll report when it is canceled. But I said, I made a video just saying, no, it's not canceled. And it's very sad that the YouTube environment at this point, will suppress something like that because it's not what people want to hear, but it's the truth. And we always tell the truth here, regardless of whether it's what people want to hear or not. And it's tough being trying to be a real journalist in this environment, because it is more about confirming what people want to hear rather than stating what's actually happening at this point. But we're going to keep doing so anyway, because we need honest journalism out here, especially in the entertainment space, when so much of it is just corporate shilling for this nonsense over and over. It's hard to parse through this stuff as it is. So when there's rumors, we'll report them as rumors. When this stuff happens, we report it as it is what it is. So what she said is, the truth is, and I just want to say out loud and clear, I'm not retiring. I will never retire from movies. I will die making movies. That's the first thing that's important to say. I'm not retiring. Then she said when she discussed this, what's happening at Lucasfilm is I've been talking for quite some time with both Bob and Alan about what eventual succession might look like. We have an amazing bench of people here. Oh boy. So it's going to get worse. And we have every intention of making that announcement months or a year down the road. Now, we are in lockstep on what that's going to be, and I'm continuing. I'm producing the Mandalorian movie right now. I'm producing Sean Levy's movie, which after that, I'm going to continue to stay at Lucasfilm and looking very thoughtfully with Bob and Alan at who's stepping in. So that all is underway. We have every right to make that announcement when we want to make it. And so, of course, what they're talking about is Ryan Gosling will be starring in Sean Levy's film called Star Wars Starfighter, set 5 years after Rise of the Skywalker. I was just talking about this with my wife the other night because we were watching Andor Season 1, with Season 2 about to come out. And Andor's actually pretty good, believe it or not. It's a little slow, but it is pretty good. And it's like, a part of the confusing part for somebody who's not a fan to like come in and actually jump in on this is that, every single series is just set at a weird different time. Like, so you've got the Star Wars stuff, you've got the Rey Skywalker, you got the Clone Wars, you've got Mandalorian, which is set kind of after the Return of the Jedi, sometime before all the new movies, and then you've got Obi-Wan set kind of randomly, and then you've got Acolyte set hundreds of years ago. It's like, and so there's no cohesive narrative because of all this, right? And since there's no cohesive narrative, it's just like, this is really difficult to follow as a new person. Like, it's like, and that's something that prevents people getting in. They really needed to have a cohesive vision, which they didn't do. I think Star Trek's go in the same direction with that, which is unfortunate. They really should have just continued things after the next generation, and you probably would have been fine. But these people are obsessed with like building out these universes in all these different directions that make it hard to follow, like I said. And so in her interview, she said there's no chaos behind the scenes at Lucasfilm. Chaos. There's never been any chaos because we know exactly what the plan is, which is, of course, rampant leftism and feminism through this. We've been talking about it, as I said, nonstop for the last couple of years because for obvious reasons, I'm not going to be here forever. George asked me 13 years ago to step in. And now I'm looking at who's going to replace me. And as I said, we have a bench full of people internally to handle the business on the creative side. The job has grown also since I've stepped in. There was no streaming. There weren't a lot of things that we're involved in right now, so it has grown. So when asked when a change at Lucasfilm might occur, she said, we'll probably make that announcement a month or a year from now. I have every intention of sticking around to help that person be successful. I'm already producing a Mandalorian movie. Sean Levy's is after that. So she also noted previous reports and rumors are just rumors. She said any discussion previously about me retiring or quitting or any of those things, that's a complete rumor mill because through all these reports, I have just continued doing my job and continuing my contract. Nothing unusual. It has all been manufactured. So she said, is she being pushed out? She says, not the case. This is where they just don't care. Obviously, they don't care about the fans. They don't care about the fact that all of this has been a failure. They're just doubling down. And this is why I'm telling everybody over and over, woke is not dead. These are the same people. Nobody's getting fired. They all are in here for political and nepotistic reasons. They're going to stay in there for those exact same reasons. Nothing's going to change in this regard. You got to remember that. It's really, really sad, but that's the case. They do not care. Remember, they call you toxic fans over and over and over again. They don't want you to be Star Wars fans. And that is exactly the message that's sent here when they keep this nonsense, when they keep Kathleen Kennedy, even though her vision's been obviously way off the rails for what Star Wars should have been. Oh, well. So we all know what's going on, she said. The communication has been completely collaborative, as you would expect. There's a big piece of business for them, and they want to empower me to help make that decision and that choice. I'm doing that. Later on, she said if she might stay at Lucasfilm another 8-10 years, she says, I don't know if I'm going to say that, but yeah, it's possible. Wow, we don't really know at this stage. There's so much going on. I don't know. It's my decision. It's 100% my decision. And that's it. She owns everything. And she is the one in charge. Her successors are going to be handpicked by her, so you know exactly what's going to come from that. It's going to be more forces female, feminist nonsense crap that's going to be coming out of this thing. And I just don't expect Disney to get better because these are true believers in their cause. They've said multiple times that they care way more about their demographics, about identity politics, than they care about the actual Star Wars franchise. And we can expect much of the same to continue. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button, everybody. Sorry to report on this, but it is what it is. Star Wars Celebration is happening. Andor's out tomorrow. Are you going to be watching? Leave me a comment. And please, guys, check out Justified Saga: The Nano Templar. This is a great replacement for Star Wars. You're going to love it. It's in the description below. Appreciate you guys for the support.